Hello and welcome back. In the last session, we have seen how to use for loop, while loop, do while loop, and also break and continue. In this session, we will take a look at for in loop and for off loop. For that, I'm going to create another file called advloop.js. We have seen how to define an object earlier. So what I will do is I will define another object here. Let person is equal to, and name of the person is David, age is 35, sex is male, and address is California. And this is a person object which we have created, and it has got 4 properties. One is name, age, sex, and address. Okay. Now, if we want to loop through an object, then we make use of for in loop. That is, let p in person console.log p. Okay, so let me save this and run this here. Node adv loop.js. Okay, so what this has done is, so it has given us the properties here. By default, it goes through the properties. Suppose if I want to get the values for each of these properties, then what do? I enclose the parameter within the person object with the square bracket. So let me rerun this. Now you can see I can get the values here. For an object, we should always use for in loop. Okay, so let us see whether we can make use of for off loop. Let p of person, then we will also print the same thing here, whatever we have printed earlier, that is p. Okay, so let me execute this. Okay, we get an error. The error says the person is not iterable. So whenever we have an iterable object, then we should make use of off. If it can't be iterated through, for example, array can be iterated and map can be iterated, in that case we can make use of for off loop. For object, we should make use of for in loop. For arrays and maps where iteration is possible, then we should make use of for off loop. Okay, so let me define let arr is equal to, we define array, for example, David and 35, and again male, and let us define his salary as 45,000. Okay, now we can make use of for off loop for this array. So this is an object, and this is an array. Okay, so let us loop through this array now. Okay, instead of person array, so let me put it as a. Okay, so let me clear the screen and rerun this. Now you can see it has printed David 35, male, and 45,000 here. So let me comment this out for time being. Okay, and let me rerun this. Okay, so it has printed all the values here. Okay, as we have seen earlier, for an object we cannot make use of for off. Okay, but for in is possible for an object. So in case of array, let us see whether it is possible to make use of for in loop. Okay, for let a in array. Okay, and let me print the value of a. Okay, so let me save this and execute this. As you can see, it has printed, the first loop has printed David 35, male, and 45,000. However, we didn't get any error here while using for in loop with array. So what it has displayed is, it has displayed the index value of each of these values. So David is stored at 0, and 35 is stored at 1, male is stored at 2 and 3. So with array, if you use for in loop, then it gives you, so this will give you index, this will give index, and for off will give the actual values. Okay, so that is the difference. So let me repeat, if there is an object, then we can make use of for in loop. If you try to use for off loop, we get the error. However, with array, we can make use of both for off and for in loop. However, the difference is for off will give the values of an array, and for in will give the index of the values which are stored in that array. Okay, so that is the difference between for in and for off loop. That is the end of this session. Thanks for watching.